afternoon, students. Today we are going to start a new chapter from your syllabus, and this is called the note making. So, as you have already gone through your syllabus and you know very well that the first portion or the writing section of your syllabus comprises of this comprehension, note making, advertisement, and several others that I had already discussed before. Now, what is a note making? Now, you can say that, ma'am, this is a very new concept for us. We had not done this before. We have no idea about this note making, but I feel rather different. Let's just forget that it's in your syllabus right now. Let's go back to your past while you were young. Remember when you were being taught by your teachers at schools when you were young. For example, in your history class, all of you had perhaps the subject history. Most of you had got it, definitely so. Uh, you were being taught by your teacher at class regarding the Indus Valley civilizations. Now, if you remember very well, then you can recollect back that your teacher used to write different points about the Indus Valley civilization on your blackboard. Okay, and these points were meant for understanding, rather better understanding of the entire phenomena of Indus Valley civilization. Okay, ranging from when it got started and how it was excavated, who was the person behind it, each and everything were jotted down by your teacher on the blackboard to make you explain properly and to make you understand properly and to give you a very clear picture of the entire thing. This was nothing but the note making, and you, along with your teacher, had copied the entire thing in your notebook, and you have gone through it right before your exam, and you unknowingly had already started the note making. Even today, for example, in your biology class, if you are having any chapter, for example germination, and your teacher write down lot of points regarding germination in on your blackboard, and then he starts discussing one point after another, this is nothing but he is just making note making, he's just note making the entire chapter of germination for proper explanation and proper understanding on your part. Okay, so let's come back to our English syllabus. In this year, in 11 and 12, you will be taught how to effectively draft a note making, or how to take note making, or how to create note making most effectively and efficiently. And to do that, you need to follow certain tips and tricks. Okay, I will definitely give you the tips and tricks. Now, this video that I made is not only for the junior classes but the seniors as well, because last time few of you had come to me saying that, ma'am, there are a lot of confusion regarding this note making, and I'd said that definitely I am going to clear all the doubts in the next time. And right now I am making the video both for the juniors as well as the seniors, so that it can make you clear, it can help you to get this concept clear about the thing called note making. Okay, so first we will start like what are the tips and tricks of note making. As I had already told you earlier that in your writing section you will be having one comprehension. Now, comprehension is something that you have done since you were children. Even in your secondary school you had done this comprehension. These are nothing but certain unseen passages are provided to you and followed by some questions which you have to answer and write them down in your booklet provided. Okay, here as well you will be provided unseen passages, but instead of one unseen passage you will be provided two unseen passages consecutively, one for comprehension and other for note making. So for the note making also you will be provided one unseen passage, and first and foremost work of yours will be to read the passage carefully. So, what is your first work? Your first work is to read the passage carefully. This is extremely important. Otherwise, it will not be easy for you to draft this note making very effectively and efficiently. And when I say read the passage carefully, means line by line, word by word, and sentence by sentence. Okay. Here is a suggestion from my side to you, both the seniors and the juniors. To the seniors, I had already said this to you last time. Many of you had taken my advice, many you have not paid heed. Those who have taken my advice had really scored well, because these are kind of tricks that I was told when I was a student, and this will actually help you to answer the question paper easily and very speedily. Okay, so what is my suggestion? My suggestion is that you answer the literature portion and the grammar portion first, and then you leave behind the comprehension and note taking. The reason is these two need your thorough attention while you answer this. Even in the case of comprehension, it needs to give you at least some proper and thorough time, so that you go through it thoroughly and understand it before you start answering the questions. And in case of note making, it is also important for you to actually invest in a good amount of time on reading the passage, making out the points, and carefully draft the entire note making. That is why it's my suggestion to you, please leave this for the end, and firstly you finish up your literature and grammar portion, and then quietly and calmly, with all lot of patience, just answer these questions properly. So the second tips and tricks is mark the important points. So this is the second point. This was being told to me by my teachers when I was a student as well, and this is what I'm sharing with you. As soon as you start reading the passage, either it is for the comprehension or the note making, just sit with a pencil and keep on underlining the important words and portions and points, whatever it is. If it is for note making, then it will actually help you out to frame your note making in the way you want it to, and in a very speedy way, because you don't have to waste another time. You don't have to give it a second chance, second what can I say, second run through, that you just have to underline whatever important points is it, and as soon as you are done with it, you can steadily go back to your answer script and write the entire thing. Okay. Third is the title. As already discussed to you in my last video of advertisement, notice, invitation, everything, I have told you countless number of times that it is very important for you to make this entire thing under a one proper title. Now, what is the title? Title is the main idea of the passage. What is the passage all about? It should be the title. This title should be in block letters and it should be underlined mandatorily. So this should be in block letters and this should be underlined mandatorily. And it is also important for you to write the entire thing in the middle of the page. I repeat once more, write this entire title in the middle of the page. Okay. Fourth comes what? Fourth comes the heading and subheadings. Now you will ask me, ma'am, what is a heading and what are the subheadings? Okay. For example, the passage that you are reading right now is based on something like unemployment in India. This is what? This is my title. This is the title. Okay, this is nothing but my title. This is the main idea of the passage. See, I have written this in complete block letters and I have underlined it. Okay, next come what? The heading. Now heading, if the passage is about unemployment in India, I am 99.9% sure that there are going to be causes and effects of unemployment of India. Now this is just an example I am giving. This is just an example I am citing. Okay. So what are the causes of unemployment? What are the effects of unemployment? There is a 99.9% chance of these two things to appear in the passage. These two are nothing but the headings. Clear? This you can write in caps, in block letter. You can underline them or you can write in mixed font and you can underline them or not underline them. It's up to you. But you should remember the title always be in the middle of the page and this should be in block letters and it should be underlined properly. Okay. Now coming to the second thing, that is, what are the subheadings? What are the subheadings? For example, if it is unemployment India and what are the causes? Under the causes, there supposedly comes up one point. As you go thoroughly reading the passage, you see one of the causes of unemployment in India is poverty. You just have to do is you write a number like this, give this number 1 point and write poverty. Okay, these are nothing but what? These are the subheadings. For example, in case of effects, you find it as something like, here again see I am putting 1 point because it is the first point under this heading effect, and I am writing for example, you found out 1 point and it is what? It is for example, it is poor standard of living. Okay, now these two becomes what? These two becomes the subheading. Clear? Now see, I have particularly numbered this heading and subheading. This heading mainly, I've particularly numbered this subheadings in a proper way. This numbering is very important. The next important thing is numbering. It is extremely important for you to understand this numbering and follow this numbering, because there is a lot of marks included in this numbering process. Okay, next is points. Now what are points? Now you can see under poverty, for example, in the causes under poverty, you find out in the passage. Now here you should remember one thing: whatever you see in the passage should be the one that you should write in your note making. Do not invent anything out from outside. This is strictly prohibited. Whatever is there in the passage, you should stick to it. Either you believe to it or not, that does not matter. If it is in the passage, you have to write it in this way. Okay, points. So first, what are points? For example, in poverty, there are reasons of this poverty being cited. What you have to do, just where this P starts, write here 1.1 and then write down whatever points you have. Okay, if there are more than 1 points, then 1.2, 1.3, and it goes on. The same in the case of effects. If you find out points and which falls under the subheading poor standard of living, then just start from here and write 1.1 and then go on, 1.2 and then go on. Okay, for example, if there is another subheading you come across, you just write here 2. Just below this, just symmetrically below the 1, you write the 2. See, just symmetrically below the 1, you write the 2. Okay, and here you write down whatever point, or whatever subheading you find inside the passage. So what are the points? The points are, these are the points. And number 7 is extremely important, guys. This is called indenting. What is indenting? See, here I could have started this 1.1 from here, but I did not do so. What I did, I started it from here. That is, if it is, for example, if I just erase these things, these arrows, if I erase, these arrows, you will see, if this is my margin, for example, this is my margin, and see from here, I have left a space. I have left out one space from the subheading and the points. Okay, there is specific space from the margin to the heading, from the margin to the subheading, and from the margin to the points. This gapping or this spacing from the margin to this heading, subheading and points are called as indenting. This is extremely important, and as I am showing you this indenting, this you should follow. I am going to show you one proper example over there, and you are going to understand it in a better way. Okay, clear? Next are abbreviations. Now what are abbreviations? You all know abbreviations are shorting of one big word. Okay, here I am going to write one abbreviation for you in this passage. For example, in case of abbreviation, you should keep one thing in mind. What are the things? I'm erasing this out. In case of abbreviation, you should keep one thing in mind. And what are the things? Number one, the title should not have any abbreviations. So the title should not have any abbreviation. Whatever the title is, you should not write any abbreviations. Okay. There must be 2 abbreviations under each heading. So there must be at least 2 abbreviations under each heading. Okay. Number 3, the abbreviations can be self-created. Clear? So what are the first important point? That in the case of title, there should not be any abbreviation. Okay, you have to write the title in full words. You have to write the title in full words. In case of under every headings and subheadings, there should be at least minimum 2 abbreviations. The abbreviations can be self-created. What does it mean? For example, if I write the word understand as something like this, I can do. For example, I am writing the word understand as something like this. Okay, this can be easily understood from the abbreviation itself. Now there is also one important thing you have to keep in mind. There should be one key produced at the end of the note making. Draw a box, and inside the box, just on the top, write key to abbreviations. Okay, key to abbreviations. Not like this, I am just doing it for showing it to you, but you have to write the entire sentences. Key to abbreviations. Whatever abbreviations you are using, you have to write it one by one. For example, first you write the full word and you write the abbreviation, then two, then again like this. So number of abbreviation used in the entire note making, you have to write down in this box, providing a key for the examiner to understand what are the abbreviations you had used. You can also use some very popular abbreviation. For example, for United Kingdom you write UK. For United States of America you can write USA. In case of television you can write TV. Okay, so these are the ones that you can easily use. Other than that, you can recreate or self create your own abbreviations. Clear? Next, do not write full sentence. Writing of full sentences in case of titles, headings, points are not necessary at all, and you should mandatorily omit doing it. Okay? Other than full sentences, you can use clauses and phrases, but do not use this full sentence. You should not use full sentence in case of title, heading and subheadings and points. Clear? Next, come what? Omit using verbs like is, are, etc. So do not use this verbs like is, are, etc. It should be mandatorily omitted while you do this entire note making thing. Clear? So this all are the points and the tips and tricks that you should remember while to successfully draft a note making. And this, if you keep in mind, this is going to make the process very easy and will help you to draft the note making very effectively and efficiently, and it will help you to fetch a good marks. Okay, so guys, this is the end of today's video. In next day's video I am going to show you how to do this note making directly from the book, and we are going to explain it further. Till then, thank you very much. Thank you for watching.